Hey, this is Dustin here with Guitar Center NAMM 2026. I'm talking to my friend Alex here about the new Yamaha MGX digital mixers. Pretty exciting new product.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of a good response to these. They're just really cool overall digital mixers, a lot of functionality for them.
Yeah, so this is a new thing for Yamaha, not necessarily digital mixers, but kind of coming into this mid-range market, focus more on maybe somebody's first digital mixer. What are some of the aspects of this that you're most excited about?
Yeah, I think with these ones, the really good aspect about this, as you mentioned, it's a good first digital mixer for people that are maybe upgrading from an analog board like the MG series, but want to get into some of the more digital features and functionalities of that, but also geared towards people that are seasoned audio engineers that want to really have full control over all of that. So there's really great I/O capabilities on this, and one of the big highlights with that is that there's two modes of operation. There's both a simple and a standard mode. So the simple mode essentially streamlines the process of the channel strip so that somebody that's maybe not as experienced on a digital mixer can just dive right in and get a great professional sound within a matter of minutes there.
Yeah, that's so cool, having two different distinct modes for someone who, you know, like we said, maybe this is their first digital mixer and they're unsure about how to do things. And I've had some time to poke around with simple mode, and it literally walks you through step by step. Have you connected this? And have you connected this? And click next, you know, rather than just listing a bunch of instructions. So that's really cool. How did you guys decide, what to put in simple mode? And I mean, were you working with creators and artists?
With that, I think it was just really the simple mode was just something based on the needs of your everyday audio engineer or live sound person that just is wanting that process where you look at a mixing board and sometimes it can be a little daunting. You know, there's a lot of different channels and faders. So it's really just designed to have that great user experience where somebody can literally just plug in a microphone and this walks you through it and says, what kind of microphone do you have? What kind of sound source? What kind of sound are you going for? And it'll guide you through that with the assistive features like the auto gain and the different channel presets there as well.
That's awesome. And so this is the MGX. There's obviously the URX. That's more of like an interface for creators. This is more applicable for live and recording situations. What other sort of scenarios do you see people using this in?
Yeah, absolutely. So for these ones, as you mentioned, live, they work great. It's a full, mixer with all the faders, so you have that right at your fingertips. They work great for music production. So this uses a USB-C connection that you can go right into your computer, and with these ones have a full 22 channels of discrete input into your recording software of choice. Also, a cool market and use for these as content creators and live streamers. So with this, you have 8 separate submixes that you can use. So you can have your own mix in the room in front of house, but also send out an entirely separate mix to maybe a live streaming audience if you're doing something on Twitch or OBS or YouTube Live or anything like that.
Oh, that's great. So you can have multiple mixes for different audiences. That's huge at the same time. So there's 3 models here, right? So I think you have one with an HDMI out, right?
Yes, that's correct. So this is our MGX 16V. We also have the MGX 12V, and those just add the video functionality to them both.
So what would somebody use HDMI for other than mixes? Is there a video component you could include?
Yeah, so for these ones, we've got it set up on here. So good use for those is that if you have something where you're doing a live stream setup and you have a camera on your content process, you can have that and have it come out to your monitor so you can see what you have going on and working. But you can also send that simultaneously back into your computer and either record that video for future use, or you can live stream that as well. So again, it works great for people that are doing live streaming, but in the live sound scenario, you can also do live broadcasts. So maybe a band rehearsal if you're doing a live show and want to send it out to your audience, and also places like houses of worship and churches that can do that same video capture functionality.
So cool. Multiple color options. Are these one shots here?
Yes, so there's 4 user banks for these user-defined keys. By default, one of these has these multicolored one-shots, and you can actually change that. So it's a one-shot, or it'll play all the way through, or play until you tell it to stop. So some really cool sound effects if you're doing something like live streaming and you want to have some just onboard sound effects. But you can also change the banks on here and set these to your own user-controllable things. So scene recall, different mix routing setup. So everything is really simple to use and right at your fingertips.
Yeah, and having everything, physical buttons. Obviously, there's some, digital aspects that you can only access through the screen, but having physical buttons, having all the I/O on the top, this is just one of the most user-friendly digital mixers I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely been designed to be a very user-friendly interface so that you can just basically sit in front of it and have everything right at your fingertips and navigate through it really easily.
Yeah, so exciting. All the I/O is on the top here. Love that there's physical buttons, not a ton of menu diving, and very easy to see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and what's routed where. So thanks for watching, everybody. You can check these new products out online in our stores. Visit your local store, and keep tuned to our YouTube channel for our NAMM 2026 coverage.